Hi, welcome to For the Culture, the center point in art and entrepreneurship. I'm Deepak, and this is Austin Theimann, the CEO and founder of Own Life Clothing.
You got it.
So, how's it going, man? How you been?
Man, it's good. I'm living the dream right now, keeping busy.
Yeah.
And just really stoked to be alive right now.
Sick. Me too. Okay, so Own Life is the company that you've started. How long have you been doing it for?
So I started about 2014, a few years back now. I was pretty young. I think I was in grade 10, 11. And then just kind of taking it ever since.
Hell yeah, you got that hustle. It kind of reminds me of do you know who Ass Pizza is?
No.
Oh, okay. Ass Pizza is this kid that when Kanye was touring his Yeezus album, right?
Yeah.
He would or maybe it was St. Pablo, but basically this kid, very much when he was your age, what he would do is that all the merch was printed on Gildan, right? Yeah. So what would happen is that the merch would sell out and he would just reprint his own right outside the concert and he made a few grand off of it. Yeah.
That's genius.
Right?
It's Gildan. It kind of makes me mad how a guy like Kanye West can just print on Gildan and sell it for so much.
Yeah.
But
I know.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it kind of reminds me of that. But what did Own Life start from? What does it all mean to you?
So as a kid, I was always into fashion and brands. I was such a consumer to all these brands. They always sucked me in.
Yeah.
And I always kind of knew I wanted to make my own. And for 3 or 4 years, I did different things. So I got my mom to knit toques that I would sell to my friends and stuff like that, custom toques to match their jackets and stuff like that. And then I was I knew I just wanted to do clothing. I wanted to try it out. And for so long, probably 2 or 3 years, I just didn't know what to name it.
Oh,
and
okay.
I was a name's a big thing. A name can make or break a brand for sure.
Yeah.
And so I was just laying in bed one day and I was just fuck it. It's my own life, dude. I don't care what people are going to think. I just need to make this clothing and do me. And then it kind of did a double meaning too, where I really am passionate about people following their dreams and doing what they want, living their own life kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So it was it just made sense for me to push something like that I was so passionate about, while still doing my own thing and putting it on t-shirt.
Okay, so the philosophy is owning your own life, right?
Really just doing what you want to do, not letting people kind of get in your way, just following your dreams.
Yeah, and that's kind of the beauty of people that do the type of work that you do, because it's sort of you're taking your own life by the balls and basically just doing what you want to do, which is super cool,
And everyone's gonna tell you not to do it. It's a huge risk, and you're investing all the money and stuff that. No one's gonna push you to do it.
No.
So everyone just wants you to go to school, get a normal shitty job, and away you go. And that totally was not my thing.
And it's not my thing either. And honestly, that kind of mindset is bullshit. You know?
Because it's
it stifles.
Yeah.
It stifles creativity. It stifles the art and passion of moving forward.
Totally.
And that kind of mindset changes the world.
It does.
Own Life could really take off, because I can tell that you print all your stuff on American Apparel, very high quality stuff.
Yeah.
I actually own one of your pieces, as you know, obviously, because you sold it to me. But it's I love wearing it. It's sick. It's super fashionable, and it's high quality, which to me shows that you really care about what the end product is going to be right?
Definitely.
So tell me, how many releases have you done? How many collections have you made so far?
So collection wise, I've probably done 4 or 5 new releases, and then I've mixed in a couple restocks every now and then.
Yeah.
But it was my first one that kind of so I went to American Apparel, just bought a sweater, went to my local print shop, just got one made just for me, because I was this is mine, I just want to try it out.
Yeah.
I made the sweater, went to school the next day, and people were yo, that's sick.
Hey.
And I was man, really? This is mine. And then I go to hockey and people are yo, what is that? I'm man, it's mine. They're yo, can I get one? Can I buy one? So I was okay, I'm onto something here. So I made an order. My cousin worked at a print shop, so I kind of had an in there.
There you go.
And I made an order probably of 200, 300 pieces. Just 3 different color shirts, 3 different color sweaters. And within probably a month, I sold out. And I was damn, this is sick. I was super stoked. It was mostly just friends and family just helping me out, trying to, promote it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I was still stoked on. So then I started, the next one, and then that slowly would sell out, and then the next one and stuff like that. And then I made a big one, which is kind of what I'm sitting on right now.
Yeah.
And then I made my big website, and I started doing my promotion on Instagram and stuff like that, and doing events. I would go to like rap events, and I'd set up a booth and stuff like that to really get my name out. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now, just still kind of pushing it. It's kind of taken a backseat a little bit just because my life got thrown upside down a little bit like that, but it's still such a like hobby of mine for sure.
Yeah, of course. And I know how busy you are because you're also like managing in your other job as well here. So you got a lot of big things going on though.
Yeah, my life is moving pretty fast right now. I'm pretty stoked about it though.
Well, yeah, you're really young, right? You're still doing your thing. You're hustling, and no, like, what else can you ask for? You know, that's super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, so are you working on another collection right now? Or?
So that's the thing. I have like in my MacBook here, I have a bunch of designs and a bunch of like things I want to do, but now I want to take this to the next step. Printing on t-shirts is great, but in my vision, like the vision I have is a lot more of like cut and sew, different fabrics, experimenting with fits and stuff like that. So to do that, I have to reach out to a manufacturer overseas, and then I have to make a lot to make it worth it. Right. So the next step for Own Life is definitely like the biggest risk that I'll ever take. So I'm just kind of saving up, talking to the right people, trying to make relationships and still making like designs. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. Yeah,
of course. And in terms of like experimenting, where do you see Own Life eventually going? Like, do you want to keep it sort of like, because you have kind of like a sports thing going on, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a
streetwear,
yeah, kind of aesthetic to it. I definitely see it more like, I mean, I love where it is right now. It's a cool look, and I love my Instagram, and it's really the vision I had. I really, it came to life.
Yeah.
But now I kind of see like as like my fashion style changes, I want my brand to as well.
Yeah.
So like I want it to be a little bit more like high fashion, not quite like, I'm not talking like I'm gonna be doing a Louis Vuitton shit.
Yeah.
But like more like cut and sew stuff, button ups, like mixing in like a corduroy, texture to it. Or
okay.
Like just experimenting with different prints and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of the vision right now.
Cool. That's super cool. And where do you get your inspiration from for all this? Like, let's say, for example, there's a brand called Born and Raised, right?
Yeah.
Born and Raised is based out of LA, specifically Venice, and it's about these two guys, Two-Tone and Spanto, and basically they vent their frustration, and what they do is about the gentrification of their culture being taken away, with Venice being gentrified. And what they do is that they infuse their culture and upbringing into the clothing that they make, and it's super dope. So, so it's like, it's really cool when you see like brands or companies that have some sort of like story that they're trying to tell through what they do, right?
Absolutely.
So do you have any sort of like where do you get your inspiration from for your clothing? I mean,
it's hard because like I'll just like have a lull, and then all of a sudden I get inspiration from the smallest things, right?
Yeah.
So for me right now, it's seeing, so like the way pop culture is changing right now is like so crazy to me. I love it.
Yeah.
Like to think, so like last night or today, A$AP Rocky's album just dropped.
Yeah, that's right. Testing.
Yeah. And he did a thing. He did a like a fashion show almost, or not a fashion show, but like an exhibit. Mm-hmm. And he had like the crash test dummies and stuff like that, and all the A$AP Mob like wore the like testing suits and stuff like that. And to me, that's just so cool to see how like someone so big like that can take an everyday item but just make it into pure art.
Yeah.
Where like even I was like, that is so sick. It's like, it's everyday stuff, but it's like the way he did it and the way he just like made it art, it just worked.
Yeah.
So to see, so that's a huge inspiration to me. So someone like me, like I really love floral. I know you do too. Like,
yeah.
So it's like if I can like mix in a floral print to something, I just get so like jacked up about it. And if I can just make it right. So I mean, it's weird because I don't know, I can't like, it's hard for me to like put a message of Own Life into a shirt, like to like live your own life.
Yeah.
But how I tried to do that is on a lot of my like past stuff, I try and put a different quote on each article.
Right.
So like on one of my hats, it says, what does it say? It's like the climb is hard, but the view is always better at the top kind of thing. Because you're wearing it on top of your head kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I just tried to like be as inspirational as I can in clothing, right, but not being too cheesy, because it can get pretty cheesy.
The line can be really thin, honestly. Yeah, I get it. I get it. And it's just sort of hard to find that sort of like balance. But what if if you got a good sense of things, you can often figure it out.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but that's dope though. So where can people find your clothing?
Ownlife.ca is going to be the best.
Yeah.
Website up and running there. Instagram at ownlife.clothing. That's about it.
That's sweet. Thank you, Austin.
Hey,
thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. All right. This was For the Culture, intersecting the point between art and entrepreneurship. Thank you for listening.